Hello and welcome to my review of the new Superman and Lois TV series. Before we start, I do apologise for the digging that's going on outside it, so you might hear that in the background. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and do give me a like and comment on what you thought of the first episode. Let's start with the way that this series begins, and it starts very differently to what you would expect. They skip through that first huge part of where Kal-el lands onto Earth, and then where he's grown up and how his parents raise him just before he moves into Metropolis. They have a flashback on it, but it's not the focus of the series, and that's a win straight away. Now in the flashback there are some really powerful moments. One of them is where Clark's adopted father has a heart attack, and you see this person who has so much power that anybody else in the world would have cannot prevent someone he's loved from dying, and they've done that really well. They've executed a few other bits like this really well, and I won't go into them because I think you should watch it to find out what they are. Another area that I didn't think that was going to work really well but does is that they introduce Clark and Lois's children in the series, and this is something that I haven't ever seen before, yet you are enticed by how they're going to develop their storylines, and you are also given a view of what real life parenthood is like, and it's very smart because we see it on a normal human being, but how would an alien, a Superman who has all these other responsibilities, deal with two children at the same time as saving the world? This kind of feeds into the take that they've made this series completely fresh, almost like what Marvel have kind of tried to do with WandaVision, especially in the first few episodes, and this is quite smart and appealing to anybody who hasn't seen the previous Superman and Lois series starring Dean Cain. I wasn't sure it was going to work from the promos or from the advertisements I saw, but currently it really does work, and it does make me interested to see how they're going to develop this further. I just really hope that Warner Brothers and DC have thought about how they're going to develop it and not just done it for the sake of doing a new series. I also like the contrast between the two children. One clearly has some sort of syndrome, which you find out as you watch the episode, and the other one is a lot more independent, a lot stronger, and a lot more willed. But what they haven't done is made the children unhappy, and that's great. A lot of series you find where they're starting off, they make the children have all these issues and make them all annoyed or angry or some other issue going on that they have to express, that it detracts from the storyline. Here they haven't quite done that. What they've actually done is made both the children happy, and I think that adds to the appeal of Superman and his optimism of life. There are a few areas that don't work. I'm not sure Lois has been cast correctly, but I will hold judgment until I've seen a few more episodes. It feels like she's a little bit dry and doesn't bring that independent woman that we do get from Lois in the comics and in the films. Yet I guess the difference is that her life has changed with the two children, so let's see where that goes. Also, the Superman costume is very cartoonish. It's very old school, like the comics. Now, a lot of people will find that appealing. However, I can see people also saying they prefer the Man of Steel costume, the more retro but powerful-esque one. This one reminds me almost like the Adam West Batman equivalent. So once again, let's see where it goes in terms of, does Tyler really incorporate himself into this costume and into the character we would expect from, say, the Christopher Reeve or the old school comics? What we can really say is that this series is completely different to what I was expecting, and that is in a good way. I'm actually excited for it. I was worried because I did find the Dean Cain one a classic, and I was also worried because I thought, are they going to try to make it like how some of the other, say, the Arrowverse went, where it started off really well and it started to deteriorate? How Flash started and now that's starting to deteriorate. Even Smallville has some great series, but after I think season maybe 7 or 8, it got a bit ridiculous. I'm holding judgment, but let me know what you thought of the first episode. Do comment below, hit that like button if you like this video, and let me know if you're looking forward to any other series by the DCEU.